The paradox of clear signs. The strangest thing about attraction is this: the clearest signs she likes you are usually the ones you convince yourself don't mean anything. You replay them years later. The way she looked away when you caught her staring. The joke she stretched just to keep you talking. The way her mood shifted when you walked into the room. And only then do you realize your entire life pivoted around signals you never learned to read. This video is not just another list of 7 signs she likes you. It's a slow walk through the hidden psychology behind those signs, the fear she's hiding, the stories your ego tells you, and the tiny patterns that reveal when her heart is already leaning in your direction. If you stay with me until the end, you won't just memorize behaviors, you'll start to see attraction differently, calmer, clearer, and with far less guessing and self-doubt. You may even realize that the next time you're searching for signs she likes you, the real question will quietly become, am I brave enough to respond to them? I'm PsycheLure. Think of this voice as the part of your mind that notices what you usually ignore. Patient, analytical, and just a little bit dangerous in the best possible way. Why you don't trust the signs? You've probably watched other videos about signs she likes you before. You nod along, recognize a few behaviors, and then your brain quietly whispers, "Yeah, but that probably doesn't apply to me." That's not stupidity, that's conditioning. Your nervous system remembers every moment you misread someone, every time you felt foolish, every time interest turned into silence. So now, when a woman actually shows you signs she likes you, your mind doesn't celebrate, it tightens. It starts looking for reasons to dismiss what it sees. You tell yourself she's just being polite. You tell yourself she acts that way with everyone. You tell yourself it's safer to assume she doesn't like you than to risk being wrong again. The real problem isn't a lack of signs. It's that your ego has learned to protect you by pretending they're not there. So as we go through these 7 signs she likes you, don't just listen for her. Listen for the stories your mind has been using to keep you from actually believing her. Because once you see those clearly, the entire landscape of attraction starts to look very different. Sign number 1. Her sudden withdrawal around you. The first sign she likes you often looks, on the surface, like she's not interested at all. Notice what happens to her baseline when you enter a space she's already in. She was laughing freely with her friends, and then you arrive and her energy contracts. Her voice drops. Her eyes find anything else to look at. Her phone, her drink, the wall just past your shoulder. She doesn't leave, but it's as if part of her has gone slightly offline. Your instinct is to read this as, I make her uncomfortable. She must not like me. But attraction doesn't always make people move closer. Often, it makes them retreat just enough to feel safe again. When a woman is drawn to you and unsure how you feel, her nervous system goes on high alert. She becomes hyper-aware of how she's sitting, what she's doing with her hands, whether she's staring too long. So she does the only thing that feels controllable in the moment. She pulls some of her presence back. The key is contrast. How does she behave with everyone else? And how does she behave with you? If she's relaxed and open with others, but turns slightly awkward, quieter, or overly neutral around you, that isn't nothing. That's her trying not to expose how much your opinion suddenly matters. So the next time you're tempted to label her withdrawal as rejection, pause. Ask yourself a different question. Is this distance actually a sign of discomfort? Or is it the weight of attraction she's trying not to drop in front of you? Reflection, learning the language of her signals. Before we go deeper into the signs she likes you, it's worth noticing something. You're not just trying to read her. You're trying to translate a language you were never properly taught. Every behavior we're about to cover is more than a tip or a hack. It's a negotiation between two forces inside her, the part that wants to move toward you and the part that is terrified of being the only one who does. When you only look at the surface, she looked away, she got quiet, she changed the subject, you miss the pattern. But if you step back, you start to see it. Her nervous jokes, her small retreats, her sudden interest in details that have nothing to do with the group and everything to do with you. Reading signs she likes you isn't about memorizing a checklist. It's about understanding that attraction shows up as inconsistency, tension, and tiny breaks in her usual rhythm. From this point on, don't just ask, "Is this a sign?" Ask, "What is she trying to protect? And what keeps slipping through anyway?" Sign number 2. The touch that tries to pretend it's nothing. One of the most revealing signs she likes you is also one of the easiest to dismiss. The way she uses touch and proximity, then immediately hides behind, "It was nothing." Watch for the small, strangely timed contacts. Her hand brushing your arm when there was plenty of space. Leaning in just a little closer than she needs to when she shows you something on her phone. Standing so that your shoulders almost, but not quite, touch. If you're used to downplaying interest, you'll tell yourself it's accidental or that she's just a touchy person. But humans are territorial with our bodies. We don't repeatedly enter the space of people we feel nothing toward, especially not in subtle, lingering ways. The detail that matters isn't a single touch, it's the pattern. Does she keep finding socially acceptable excuses to be within reach of you? Does she pull away quickly only when you seem to notice? One of the quiet signs she likes you is that her body keeps moving closer, while her mind rushes to make it look casual. She'll joke, she'll shrug it off, she'll act like it's nothing. But the nervous system doesn't waste energy on people who don't matter. Sign number 3. The arguments that aren't about the topic. One of the most misunderstood signs she likes you is the way she seems to be against you, while never quite letting you drift too far away. Watch what happens in group conversations. She challenges your opinion more than she challenges anyone else's. She calls you out when you exaggerate. She playfully pokes at your taste in music, your clothes, your habits. And yet, somehow, she keeps circling back to you instead of letting the discussion move on. On the surface, it can feel like criticism. Your ego hears, "She's annoyed with me." Your fear upgrades that to, "She doesn't respect me, she's just using me as a punching bag." But ask yourself, if you truly meant nothing to her, why invest so much focused energy on you? Why remember what you said last week just to bring it back today? Why risk friction when she could easily stay invisible? Teasing, playful conflict, and gentle attacks are often safer for her than naked vulnerability. It's easier to say, "You're so irritating," with a half smile than, "You affect me more than I want to admit." It's easier to act like a rival than to stand there as a lover and wait to see if you step closer. The sign isn't in the sharpness of her words, it's in the orbit. Does she keep returning to you? Does she argue, then linger? Challenge you, then watch how you respond. One of the subtle signs she likes you is that she keeps creating small storms between you, just to see if you're still there when the sky clears. Reflection. What these signs are doing to you. As we move through these signs she likes you, notice what's happening inside you. You're not just analyzing her behavior, you're scrolling through your past. A girl in school who always teased you and then avoided eye contact. A coworker who stood too close, laughed too loud, then suddenly went cold. Someone who remembered little things about you that you forgot about yourself. Your mind is running an audit on every moment you once dismissed. And with each sign, there's a tiny ache. What if she actually did like me and I never saw it? This is why these patterns matter. Not to inflate your ego, not to build fantasies, but to show you how often fear has edited your reality. Fear of misreading her. Fear of looking arrogant. fear of feeling that old, familiar sting of rejection. When you learn to read these signals with calm instead of panic, you're not just getting better at spotting signs she likes you. You're quietly teaching your nervous system a new rule. Interest is possible. Attention is allowed. I don't have to delete every good thing before it has a chance to be real. Sign number 4. Digital breadcrumbs. You're meant to notice. In the past, attraction lived in letters and lingering looks. Now, some of the clearest signs she likes you show up in pixels and notifications. Pay attention to the pattern, not the isolated moment. She doesn't just like a random photo once. She appears on multiple posts that have you in them. She reacts to your story when it's something personal or vulnerable, not just when everyone else is replying. She replies to the small details in your captions, the throwaway jokes most people scroll past. If you're anxious, you'll inflate every notification into a love story. If you're numb, you'll dismiss them all as nothing. Reality sits quietly in between. Attraction online is rarely one loud gesture. It's a series of small, consistent taps on your attention. Notice if she keeps choosing you when there's no social pressure to do it. She doesn't gain status by replying to your 3 a.m. thought. She doesn't get applause for reacting to your quiet, unpolished moments. Yet there she is, again, appearing in the corners of your digital life. One of the modern signs she likes you is that she uses the safest distance, her screen, to keep stepping toward you. Not once, not twice, but often enough that if you're honest, it stopped being random a long time ago. Sign number 5. Her memory of the smallest you. Another sign she likes you hides in something that looks completely innocent. What she remembers. Most people remember headlines, your job, your hometown, the obvious facts. But she stores the footnotes. She brings up the song you said you listened to when you can't sleep. She remembers the obscure movie you mentioned once and later sends you a clip from it. She notices that you changed something small, your watch, your haircut, the way you roll your sleeves, and comments on it like she's been tracking you in the background. You might shrug and tell yourself, she just has a good memory. But memory is selective. The mind doesn't waste energy archiving details that feel emotionally neutral. When a woman quietly files away the minor, unpolished pieces of you, it's because some part of her is building a private version of you in her head. Not the version everyone sees, but the one she sees when no one is watching. One of the gentlest signs she likes you is that the unimportant things about you never seem to be unimportant to her. She doesn't just remember what you told her, she remembers who you were when you said it. Sign number 6. The small favours she can't do without you. Not every request for help is a sign she likes you, but some of the most honest ones are so small you barely register them. Notice the favours she chooses you for. She asks your opinion on something trivial she could easily decide herself. What shoes, which photo, which option. She wants you to walk her to her car, even though it isn't far. She hands you her phone to hold while she does something else when there are other people around who could do the same. If she's using you, the asks are heavy. Money, status, constant emotional labor with nothing given back. If she's drawn to you, the asks are light but strangely intimate. They're less about the task, more about weaving you into her day. Inside, you might feel torn. One part of you enjoys being needed, another wonders if you're being taken for granted. That tension is why so many men ignore this category when looking for signs she likes you. But look closely. Is she inviting you into the small, unpolished parts of her routine? Does she light up a little when you say yes? Does she create tiny, recurring reasons for your paths to cross? One of the quieter signs she likes you is that she engineers situations where your presence solves something simple, so she can feel what it's like when you show up for her, without having to admit that's what she's really testing. Sign number 7, the energy shift when you enter. The last sign she likes you isn't in her words or even in what she does. It's in what happens to the entire atmosphere when you appear. When you walk into the room, pay attention to the shift. Maybe she gets louder, her jokes sharpen, her laughter stretches just a little too long, her gestures become bigger, as if she's trying to take up enough space for you to notice her. Or the opposite, she goes still, like someone hit pause on a scene that was playing just fine without you a moment ago. Your mind will try to explain it away. I'm imagining it. She's just in a good mood. She's just tired. But the nervous system doesn't calculate like that. When we're indifferent, we stay on our usual frequency. When we're drawn to someone, our pattern glitches. Too much energy, or not quite enough, but almost never the exact same as before. So watch the before and after. How was she with everyone else? And how is she with you in her field of awareness? Does her focus keep returning to your position without meaning to? Does she become a slightly exaggerated version of herself, or a muted one, only when you're close? One of the deepest signs she likes you is that her neutrality disappears in your presence. Whether she speeds up or slows down, something in her can't stay unchanged when you walk in, when you stop needing the signs. You came here searching for clear signs she likes you. You wanted certainty, a checklist you could hold up against her behavior and finally exhale. But underneath that need for clarity, there's something deeper. You're not just asking, does she like me? You're asking, is it safe for me to show up as someone who might be liked? Most men don't obsess over signs because women are impossible to read. They obsess because they don't trust their own value enough to handle being wrong. So they wait for absolute proof that almost never exists in real life. Here's the quiet truth. The more grounded you become in who you are, the less you need perfect evidence. You stop interrogating every glance and emoji. You stop replaying conversations like court cases. You start reading people in real time, with curiosity instead of panic. And something strange happens. The more you relax into your own presence, the clearer the signs she likes you become. Not because she's changed, but because your fear isn't fogging the glass anymore. In the end, the most powerful sign she likes you isn't a specific behavior. It's the moment you decide to step out of analysis and into action. To ask, to invite, to risk a no because you finally realized your worth doesn't collapse if you hear it. The final sign that truly matters is not hers, it's yours. That you're brave enough to find out. Challenge and invitation. If this shifted the way you see the signs she likes you, even a little, then don't let this be the last conversation you have with yourself about attraction. Most of the world is shouting advice at you. Here, we do something different. We slow the mind down, dissect desire, and put your power back where it belongs, inside your awareness. If you want more videos that treat you like a thinking human being, not a set of tricks to be fixed, subscribe to PsycheLure. This channel is for men who are done with panic and performance, and ready to understand the psychology of attraction with calm, depth, and precision. You're not the only one rewiring how you read people. There are thousands of others here doing the same work, learning to see the world and themselves more clearly. If that resonates with you, stay. There's a lot more to uncover. The signs you missed weren't wasted. If any part of this made your chest tighten with old memories, you're not alone. I didn't start studying attraction because I was good at it. I started because I kept realizing, years too late, that someone had been reaching out to me in all these quiet ways, and I never reached back. Those moments don't come back, but they're not useless. Every sign you missed, every connection you froze on, every time you chose silence over risk, that's the tuition you've already paid to understand what you're hearing now. So don't use this video to punish yourself for what you didn't know. Use it as evidence that you're ready to see more clearly, to notice sooner, to respond while the moment is still alive instead of long after it's gone. In the next videos, we'll go deeper into the other side of this, how to recognize when she feels close to you but isn't actually emotionally available to meet you where you are. Because signs she likes you are only half the story. The rest is whether that interest can become something healthy, or whether it's just another beautiful pattern that was never meant to last. Until then, take one simple thought with you. You are allowed to see the signs, and you are allowed to act on them.